in this country. I had a tour here about 7 years ago, and I went across 15 different cities in this country, and everywhere I went, they said the same two things. They said, first of all, you hardly have any accent at all. They don't say that back in the United States when I speak. And secondly, they said, you're pretty nice for an American. How many of you would like to have more fun in your lives? Raise your hands. Make more money. Lose weight eating chocolate. Can't help you with that last one at all. But the reality is that there is something inside of us. And that's why you're here. There's something inside of us that's about wanting to get unleashed. I moved to Minneapolis about 10 years ago. When I first moved there, I went to the first place you must go to when you, of course, go to Minneapolis, which is the Mall of America, of course. And so when I went to that mall, I intended not to shop, but only to see what was there. And I went from store to store to store, and every store I walked into, they said the exact same thing. You know what they said? Can I help you? I'd say back, no, just looking. We had a routine. Till finally a young man, as I walk into a store, looks me in the eye, and he said, stay there. I thought, this is going to be good. So I stood there for a while. He comes back with a blue sweater, drapes it over my shoulders, drags me to the mirror, and said, look at what this blue sweater does to your blue eyes. You'd have to carry a baseball bat just to beat away the men. I own that sweater. And about half the things that were in the store that day, because this kid knew how to be extraordinary. And as I was driving home that day, I thought to myself, isn't it ironic that everyone else in that Mall of America said the exact same thing as if on rote, stuck in a pattern, doing the same thing the same old way, never challenging the thinking, and one person stands out and gets all the sales. And I thought, Emmerich, what are the ways in which you are desperately trying to fit in and not being who you are? And that's why I'm here today, is to get you unlocked and unleashed from whoever it was that you think that you've been, because you're trying to fit in. Have you noticed that you're not like anybody else? Yes? That's why you're in this world. And yet the reality is that we try to be like the other people in this room, and that is what holds us back. I'm going to have you do a little experiment here. I'm going to have you stand up in just a second. And I'm going to have you greet 3 different people as if you could not care less that they walk the face of the earth. I want you to make it obvious that you have no intention of having a connection with them. You have only 10 seconds to greet those 3 people, so please stand up. Find your 3 and go. Well done. And stop. Who would have thought that speakers would have a problem being quiet after that? Now I want you to introduce yourself to 3 people in typical business mode, as if they matter, as if you are professional and appropriate. So 3 people, please stand up. Find them. 3 different people, go. And now I want you to introduce yourself to 3 people as if you have just spotted your best friend you have not seen in 20 years since high school. 1, 2, 3, go! Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done.